vibrations from the garden. So, have you all put your hands into the soil yet? Have you started your garden? It's been a while. It has been a while. So there's actually been a good amount of time for us to get some seeds and identify a place to plant, even if that is inside of your apartment, wherever you need to grow for not just for longevity or in health, which is when we're at our most healthy. That's when we're the most attractive, but also for stress relief, food security. Right, it's one of my top practices, and there's a reason why. It's so deeply relaxing. So, are you prepared? Are you prepared? There's a lot of distraction. There's a whole lot of distraction. And it is not the time or the space anymore, long time, to be telling grown folks what to do with their time, to invest with their time and their resources. So there are several resources that I prepared a while ago as support, at least for those folks that have an interest. There's whole living foods in the hood with menus to fit your budget. Perhaps one of the best things that we can do is focus on our immune system without driving yourself crazy. It is the environment that when is extremely triggering. And the triggeration, as I like to call it, and the stress, that can also affect your immune system. And also can paralyze us into fear, right? We can be paralyzed into a state where we literally just numb out, grab some junk food and numb out. At least in my observation, that's a real phenomenon, just as a response to stress. So perhaps one of the best things that we can do, right? It's easy to get lost in these screens. I would even say it's hypnotic. I'm not immune. I just make an effort to cultivate some awareness. But if you are in a colder climate, you might even be in a space where you just have an apartment or a room. You might have to open the windows, declutter, get rid of some stuff that's not necessary to make room for your yoga mat or your movement mat, for some plants, and your windowsill to grow some food. So I really consider these lifestyle practices that will serve you. That will serve you, whatever's going on. So I'm looking to plant some new things. I have to over there and grab some compost from my compost area. I think your lifestyle practices are is a very real 401k. So these are all beds that myself and my sister put together from recycled lumber. Yeah, So you can be so paralyzed into fear that literally can bypass all logic and you get frozen into, oh, there's nothing to do. It's easy. It sometimes can happen in a split second. So the garden can really help you get clear. It's serving, the lifestyle practices are usually serving several purposes. They go a long way, more than just, relaxation. This to me is the ultimate church. The plants are not trying to scam me, get my drawers, get my purse. And it's a reciprocal relationship. So once you do your best and you wash your hands. That's the best that we can do, right? That's the best. Once you do your best, that's it. It's the most that you can do. Your garden, your movement practice, and peaceful consumption. So that you're nourishing yourself to the best of your ability with whatever the best fuel is that's available to you. And you can also start to take some responsibility, be proactive, just by growing something. Everybody can grow something of your own. I need some compost. And we're going to replant these. Cosmos, and we're going to replant these. And there's so much going on. The other day, I haven't been watching a lot on social media, but just the other day I saw something. It was so triggering. So triggering. So I make an effort to really be mindful of what I'm allowing in, because I'm very clear. It will bypass all logic and it can make you go into paralysis and fear. Next thing, you're eating, drinking, and looking for distraction, and we're not getting into action around what we say that we value. And I love nice things, I really do. But this is nice things too, the garden. And this it calms me and it grounds me in a way that that clothes don't. So again, I can appreciate makeup, I can appreciate clothes, but I need something else. I've had enough clothes and partied my hearty enough. So that's not lacking. That's not lacking in that department. So I think I need some compost. I'm going to plant in these two areas. Over here, I hope everyone's day is off to a good start. Out here in the garden. Let's see. Good morning, Carolyn Shepherd, Fallen Skies. Hey, out in the... Yes, I'm always out. Good morning, Sonia. I'm out here a lot. This is my church. This is my church. I allow the ants and the birds and the soil, like my garden manicure. This is what I'm allowing to minister to me. This is church. Hallelujah. This is my church. Not ashamed. This is my praise. It's time to get my praise in. I can sing out here if I want, or I can also, it's wonderful quiet. Some really good quiet. So let's see what we got going on here. Move the garden tool so we can be nice and safe. So my Mexican sunflowers are coming back up. A little bit of collards growing in there. But I actually need some compost. So let's see, my sister's yoga mat is out here. Beaver grass. Here's our bananas that started from a little cup. And my sister did not cover up her compost. So this compost is no longer hot. So, oh no, it's a little bit warm. No, this is good. This is done. And this needs to be covered up some more. So we need some more leaves. And then we got a whole nother area of compost there. So I just need something to capture. Fitness with a purpose, y'all. So cactus. We got some other stuff coming up, some zucchini, some other stuff. Let's go get another scoop. Mosquito in my ear. Yeah, let's get one more scoop for good measure. So we can amend the soil. So this is all that fruits and vegetables that we've been eating forever. Broken back down. My son was helping me with turning it properly. Okay, that should do it. I'll give you some too, sour sop. You can have a little bit too. Okay, let's get on the other side. So are y'all prepared? Are you prioritizing your health and your lifestyle practices? It's an old tire, so one time I was on a tire spree, so I would use all different kinds of things to grow in, right? And people say, oh, you can do this because it, nope. Started out cold New York City on a fire escape and in containers in my kitchen. If you want to do something, you can. So it's definitely time to unapologetically seek some support for yourself and some just basic comprehensive education so you can get started. Get started growing something, get your movement practice on. This is not good. So I'm gonna put some daikons in here so that they can grow down into the soil and aerate the soil, right? If there's a lot of clay, so the soil right here has a good amount of clay down to the bottom. So I will plant some daikon in here along with the soil. And then I need to also mulch it. So for those of you folks that are interested in joining me in the Body-Culinary Academy, I've been thinking about it for a while. I'm going to be opening up some mentoring and some coaching, definitely for young women, right? And it's focused around, I'm simple over here, around lifestyle practices, the garden, your movement practice, and peaceful consumption. Labels not necessary, right? That's how we're going to measure what we're doing. So I'm going to be opening it up. So if there are folks that are interested, you're welcome to reach out to me at body-culinary.com, either for you or for a young woman. For men folks, there is a workshop, Healthy Eating for Men. Look at that soursop. You see that sprouted, that soursop? This Healthy Eating for Men, that webinar is available. So hopefully folks are getting into action. There's a lot going on, so I'd rather be proactive and focus on what it is that I can do. This is some lemon basil. We had a whole bunch of this before. And I focus on what it is that I can do. And as my grandma Lou says, once you do your best, you wash your hands. You do your best, and then you wash your hands. So many little creatures in here, so much life going on in the soil. So this to me is prayer. This is prayer. Thanksgiving is reciprocity. It's also one of our first beds that we put together. There's bees in here, lizards, butterflies. So I don't have a problem putting my hands in the soil. This will calm and ground you. in ways that a lot of this other stuff can't. So I would love to hear from folks. If you haven't started, what is it that you need to get started? What kind of support do you need? What do you need? Do folks need somebody to walk them through the process? Do you need company through the process of your movement practice? Do you need community, specific community? Community only in the sense of gardening together, preparing food together. Aren't these beautiful? What is it that you need? Maybe perhaps ask yourself in your quiet moments. Are we paralyzed by fear, guilt, shame, regret? Why are we not getting into action around the things that we know to do? Right? With all these seeds here. Sometimes you think something is, somebody get rid of that bot that's right there. I'll block it, whatever that is. That come on the page. So much going on, right? People pirating for energy. But look at all these seeds here. All of that is food, wild food. Callaloo, right? I got so much callaloo seeds, right? And so you want to also look at what grows easiest in your environment. So you see how this is kind of dense? We want to go in here, my old toothpicks, and amend this soil. There's still some mint that we need to lively up. But one section at a time. You can take one section at a time. Even if you don't know everything, over time you're going to learn the difference with different weeds. So some of these look pretty, but this is a weed. So we don't want this here in the soursop. And they come back. So it's a great analogy for life. You have to keep weeding your garden, weeding the garden of your mind, right? Because when you're trying to change habits, it's mental. You can't change habits without addressing. It's not likely that you'll ever change habits, any kind of self-sabotaging habits, without addressing your mindset and what you need and what you're getting out of, how you may be comforting yourself with the habits, right? Lots of spider webs in here. And one of the things I found with weeding, sometimes it can look so overwhelming, like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do all that weeding. You find it wasn't as bad, and you don't get started because it looks overwhelming. And then you find it wasn't as bad as you thought it was. Okay, let's see what's going on with this soursop tree. It's getting some height. This is all from seeds that I ate, so now believe it or not, this has to go. I need to get some shears to cut this. And some other old pots that we will reinvent. These grow pretty, but those are weeds. And callaloo has spread all throughout the garden, even in some areas where I don't want it. Yes, ever constant labor of love. All of these leaves can be used in the compost as carbon sources to break down the compost. And also, I think I see some lemon basil, some herbs in here too. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. This is callaloo right here. Right, but right next to this callaloo, this is a weed. So we don't want this. This is a weed. Anything that we can't eat. There's some areas where you want weeds. There's certain weeds that are good. Actually, callaloo can be considered also a weed. Right, this we don't want. Certain grasses. We have more of that Lagos spinach or amaranth. And I don't need all of this. We're going to thin this out. So some of these we're going to have to take out. All right, so we can get some kind of order going on here. This is, which plant? This looks like cover crop. So are you folks prepared? Are you being mindful of what you're watching on social media and how it's making you feel? Are you able to get quiet enough to notice how some of these things may be driving or fueling mindless behaviors? All right. Okay, this is that weed again. This we don't want. So hint, hint, weeding is always pleasant. Done with friends. Makes it go by so quicker, so much quicker. This is a weed. This was zucchini. This is vining all over the place. You know, you can also eat the blossoms. Yeah. We got more of that Largo spinach. Yeah, I can mix that here. I see a little bit of lettuce or some bok choy in there too. So we're not using any chemicals. And sometimes the weed is going right alongside the plant and taking nutrients from the plant. So this is where I come a lot of time, right outside. And anywhere I go, whether it's an apartment, city, big space, small space, I have to set up my movement practice area, a place to prepare food, right? And some kind of garden. These are lifestyle practices. Right, and this is that weed. This one here. Green is uniquely beautiful. Since I live in New York, I need more. Yes, in New York. I'm just sending out the vibration. It doesn't matter if you're in a room. Wherever you are, work with what you got. That's ancient wisdom. That's the legacy of our folks, of our ancestors, right? Imani, the last day of Kwanzaa. Faith with works. This is the ultimate church, because this is this is the vision board. This is very symbolic of what we're doing to change habits, right? This is very, very symbolic of what we're doing. Good morning. Yes. This is how you inspire yourself. You wait for inspiration. That's, to me, as years as a trainer, that don't work. That's not I can't afford to wait for inspiration. You'll be waiting for years and you would have missed so much opportunity. Right? You can be making progress. I don't care if it's 2 recycled buckets. You know, like the brothers beat on in the train station. Grab you some buckets, put some rocks, some grass in it, drill some holes on the bottom and the sides, put a tray underneath it, and get busy. This is a weed. I don't need this. Do what you can do. You know, I like to come together around an activity. Sometimes I'm not even drawn to come on line because I got to get something out of it, you know. And like anybody else, I can be drawn to certain stuff. At least if I'm watching gardening videos, I'm getting something out of it, right? I like to be very mindful of what is inspiring me, what is scaring me and freaking me out, causing analysis paralysis, or just paralyzing me into inactivity or fear. So here's the passion fruit. We've had to trim this one back several times. And this whole big thing, believe it or not, I started in a bag. There's a bag down. This passion fruit tree is in a bag. So when people are like, you can't do this, you can't do that. Okay. I did it. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? I do have to be mindful of ants. I could potentially come over here and wake up a whole bunch of ants, and then I got to start booking out of here, start running. And they will bite the mess out of you. So this is more recycled beds. So look at that. That weed is in there. Right in the midst of some greens. And these greens need to be thinned out. See, it's like cleaning up and you find stuff. So I'm cleaning here and I'm finding vegetables in here. That's good. Because sometimes I get into a mode like if I ain't growing it, forget it. I don't feel like running out nowhere to just keep buying stuff. especially when I see how much. Say, look at this. This is this is actually a noni. This is a noni tree. I think we moved it from somewhere else in soursop, all from fruit that we've eaten. Okay. It's more of that weed, popular weed. All right, so we got a lot of weeds in our mind and our mental habits. We gotta weed it out, chat. Weed it out. Literally. And that looks like, what is that? Oh, that looks like watermelon. Is that what? No, that's not watermelon. Oops. This thing is so old. So I need to come in here with a hoe. I got some of the bigger stuff out. So this is old callaloo, needs to come out. And this is old eggplant. So all the seeds are done here. Make room for some other stuff. Spider webs in my face. See what y'all can do in Body-Culinary Academy. Designate your area where you're going to be growing. And we will turn on the camera. You can get all your questions answered and get busy. Because everybody can grow something. You may have some so-called perceived failures, but that's how you're going to learn. See that? Some lettuce over there going to seed. And I see a big old weed over there. You got to go. Can't be afraid of so-called failure. That's how you're going to learn. That's how you're going to learn. It's not a failure. It's feedback. We had a whole bunch of stuff planted over here, a whole bunch of Swiss chard. And now we need to make use of this real estate. So you're gonna have to go out of here with the soursop. Every now and then I do see a little snake. It's all right. You can wear some gloves, but so many lessons here teach you to be, it's snakes out in the world, so it's just a reality of life. We don't have time to be frozen in paralysis. If there's a snake, you might have to just deal with it accordingly. Get you a machete and deal with it. This is leftover chard. Oh, still chard growing over here. Some aloe, and this ishkanan, as pretty as it is. This is grass. Ishkanan, you gotta go. We have another ishkanan somewhere else. You are beautiful, but you gotta go. What is this growing in here with the aloe? So I put all of this aloe. I got so much aloe off of one little teeny piece. Right, and this is definitely a medicine that we want to have around. Right, all of this aloe. Oops, am I getting bit by ants? Yep. This is stepped in some ants. This is a weed. A weed in your garden. All right, all the aloe that we're using. Young lady I know, she other day was in a health food store. I went to a health food store and they were charging almost $60 for a bottle of aloe juice. I'm like, I mean, I get it. People get what they can to heal themselves. See them ants coming out there? And I'm like, Put you some aloe down in your yard, child. Because that aloe is not even bitter when it's been processed. And you want the bitters. You have addiction to cigarettes, weed, junk food. Those bitters are very helpful. These are doing well. This ishkanan gotta go. It's all up in here in the chart. This callaloo, I think we're gonna let her go. Right. This grows very easy here. We got papaya falling off this tree over here. That's a blessing, right? That's all from papaya that we ate coming from this tree right over here. Some more ishkanam. More compost drying over here. And I can hear my sister inside working. This callaloo, let's see, will we keep this one? Right, so for those of y'all that are interested in coming through to Body-Culinary Academy, you come and sit and spend some time in the kitchen and the garden, because that is really how you're going to learn. At least that's my style of teaching. That's how a lot was transmitted to me, by spending time with my grandma in the garden. Come and sit and spend some time, and also spend some time around an activity. Right? We'll actually be doing something, so you're actually getting something out of the time spent together. Sometimes this is oxalis. Sometimes we can grow some pretty flowers, but we don't want this right over here. And this is the area where I have seen a little snake before. Just a garden snake, not a poisonous snake. But a lot of these things, sometimes they sell. Florists be selling these, and these things are weeds. Sometimes they grow right up in your garden, and we're paying for it. So that's another potential source of revenue for our young people, right? For them to create a business. Oh, what is this called again? Is it angel's breath or something? No, lion's mane. Get the name of this one. This one, I don't think this is, no, this is not sweet potato, so you gotta go. You gotta put some new stuff in here, so you have to go. So y'all getting ready? Are you ready to grow some food? Yes, you can. Everybody can grow something. Let off some stress at the same time. Get some food security at the same time. Get your movement practice on at the same time. That's what I call these lifestyle practices. Some more oxalis. Oh, this is oxalis. The other one is not oxalis. It has a different shaped leaf. It's pretty, but we don't need it right here. This callaloo, I think we're gonna have to let you go, Mama. Let me take some of this, because I can eat some of this for lunch. Oh, I'll pull these suckers out by the root. Listen, free up some new space for something else. Yeah, I got plenty of callaloo, see? Lots of cayenne pepper. Some new tomato coming up. Some new rosemary. And this is bigger oxalis over here. I usually pick this before this can give me flowers. So I need to come through here with a little hand hoe. I'm gonna amend the soil by putting some more compost. So y'all ready to get in action? Whatever's going on around you, what you say you value. Your lifestyle practice, your garden. This is cute. Breakfast on the ground. Peaceful consumption. And your movement practice. I don't know about you, but I can't sit around listening to talking all day. I need something to show for the investment of my time. I gotta be getting something else out of it. Something that I can do something with. Okay, so we got some more space freed up. So I'm gonna get ready to transfer some of these flowers. That's a really, see, you can go start in one area. And look at this whole area over here. So it's full. There was nothing here. This was like a little yard. This is a very little yard. Let's see what's in here. There's a lot of callaloo over here. See, after a while, weeding becomes like an addiction. But this is a good habit to have. You know, you want habits that give you something back. What is this? This is not cerasee. What is it? Looks almost like watermelon. Look at all of this Cuban mint or oregano here. And I definitely want to replant this. More soursop over here. Holy basil, papaya, another noni. The tomatoes. Look at the tomatoes. Look at the tomatoes are coming. My sister's really good with the tomatoes. Lots of tomatoes coming. Oh, look at these over here. I see some. I saw some just on the other side. Where are they? They're starting to get, oh, there they go. Down here, they're starting to get ripe. You see those? Because these are more facing the sun. Oh my gosh, the tomato leaf is so potent. Now, isn't this interesting? This nopales. This is actually what I'm using for my hair, but not this one. This one has gotten spiky. This is interesting. It all came off the same vein, but the original ones were not spiky. So it's interesting to watch the behavior of your plants, child. I can't come in here and not weed. I don't know if there's some ginger growing down there. This is my sister's area. She's the tomato whisperer. More greens all over here, and these are doing really, really well. So I definitely want to plant some more of these. The sun is out now. Started out chilly. Now the sun is out. So I built me a pull-up station with my little yoga swing over here. So it's like, it's called work with what you got. Loads of holy basil. Yeah, but that was good. See, chit-chatting with you all. Time went by fast. So I'm about to transfer these. I don't want them to go into shock before the sun gets too hot. So hoping you all are creating a great day on purpose. If you're interested in coming into Body-Culinary Academy to spend some time with me learning about the food, your movement practice, peaceful consumption, if you'd like to join me, because that's what I'm up to, reach out to me on body-culinary.com. Don't want to do everything online on YouTube, because as you can see, those little bots and stuff come on. Y'all create a great day on purpose just because you said so. Right? Create some peace and some space for yourself and get out into nature's church. Like, comment respectfully, if you like, clever. And oh, greetings, and you want positive vibrations from the garden. Y'all welcome to replay. I invite you to replay these kinds of videos as you're decluttering, as you're stretching, or as you're cutting up vegetables. That's why I call these lifestyle practices. See you soon.